Right. Hello. Good evening. No music, guys. This is going to be a really quick live. I hope everybody's doing well. I know that I am. Um, I needed to talk about something real quick, and I don't have a lot of time. I don't, honestly. And, it's been, so, first of all, I just want to give y'all a quick update. It has been amazing since getting out of that house. I'm out shopping. We're out and about like normal people again. And I could go into the whole breakdown and the whole story of that landlord, but honestly, I don't want to talk about it at the moment until it's time for that situation to come back up. I'm not the type of person that just repeats things over and over again. Typically, when you say it right the first time, you don't have to repeat yourself. Okay, seriously. The trolls have had a lot of fun with their harassment and their stalking. I am fully. I'm fully confident that eventually a lot of these trolls are going to end up where they're supposed to be. Um, But now it's time for us to move forward. It's time for my family to move forward. It's time for y'all families to move forward. It's time for Divine Services Apothecary to move forward. And we know that the trolls and the haters and the backbiters have this desire that it's none of it's not their call. They're not God. They don't own anybody. So, it's just been a lot of weirdness. Thanks to my mom. She feels bad, trust me. She feels bad for even opening me up to that kind of craziness. Okay. Um it's time to move forward from that situation. It feels good to be away from that landlord. Um I learned a lot though, y'all. Like that experience was a learning curve. And believe it or not, I have quite a few clients who are not in quite dire situations with their landlord. Like my landlord was literally, oh my God, like just when you thought you were just renting an apartment or a house from somebody, and it turns out that they want more from you than that. And so we're really moving forward. We moved forward last week. Like it, you know, it's not. People have been trying to shame me for a negligent landlord, which is absolutely ridiculous. Whatever. Okay. I have my standards and you have yours. So it's time for us to move forward. We're not going anywhere. People need quality spiritual work. There have been people that have even tried to copy and duplicate everything that I do. Um, that has proven to be dangerous for those people. They shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Um, I think that what I think that what went ahead and caused this big breakthrough to happen, uh, honestly, was me connecting with my shamanic ancestors. And knowing it doesn't freak me out at all, knowing what's going on, knowing why what's happening is happening. But when I look at people, and I know why things are up and down all the time. I know what's happening. It's just that it can't really be discussed publicly. My purse. It's in my purse. Can't really be discussed publicly. Um, because it could be dangerous to discuss it publicly, because if I were to educate the public on that, um, it would give more bad people more ideas, and we don't want to give them no ideas. But I am teaching classes, which is what I essentially, I mean, it'll be the same thing. Just because I moved out of that house does not mean that I cannot do spiritual work. Spiritual work goes beyond burning a 7-day candle or a vigil candle. Doesn't mean I can't do spiritual work. Doesn't mean I can't do cleanses. Doesn't mean I can't do healings. Doesn't mean that I can't do love work and money work. In fact, my Lugnasada circle is doing some deep healing um, work for our SBET. So if you're not in my circle, you probably want to. Lugnasada is probably one of the most overlooked um, pagan holidays, and it's even overlooked by the church these days. And because the church, they tried to, you know, kind of take it and spin it, and they started calling it llamas. Well, we, as as pagans, we don't celebrate llamas. We celebrate Lugnasada. So that's coming up on August the 1st. It's a lot of changes being done. Um, and I've been sending out notices to people on that. Some of you guys are dealing with situations, and it's so much that y'all are dealing with that it's best for you to be on a monthly plan for either the new moon or either the full moon or both. So that change is happening. Well, that's been happening for the past 3 months, that I've been putting people on a monthly schedule for you to, whatever work that you need done, whatever is needed at that time. Some people need reversals, some people need cleanses, some people need grounding. Okay. So it just really, really depends on what the situation is. And that's going to be something that's mandatory, because a lot of you guys are having issues with family. Some of y'all are targeted sacrifices. Um, yes, I do remove death and destruction magic. No, me helping clients did not lead to what happened with that landlord. My spirits was actually just talking to me about that while I was asleep. And they said you need to really educate people on the difference between an act of God and an act of nature versus an act of man. So, and there's people that are trying to work it in to the spiritual community, and it's never going to work. Witches, we deal with issues and problems just like anybody else, unless, of course, we own our own home, which I will very soon. I've got people trying to talk about me as if I'm like I'm some kind of witch. All right, y'all. I've got certain people that I thought I could trust talking to me as if my life is over, when I have an inheritance, so to speak, coming next month. So, I don't even know I think that it's where people need to learn a lesson to stop watching people's pockets and don't try to use other people to manifest. Manifestation is not going to be based upon other people and what they do and what they say and what happens to them. And I'm disconnecting myself from trolls and trolling and all of that stuff. It's totally ridiculous and crazy. Um, you know, Imagine a troll trying to give somebody spiritual advice. Goodness gracious. But that's what's happening. They can give spiritual advice to other trolls, but they can't give spiritual advice to normal, real people. So, like I said, you know, the unnaturalized hatred, I do not take offense to it because anybody that feels the need to constantly show you hate actually hates themselves. So it's like I said last week, the love is real, the hate is not. That's literally how I'm rolling these days. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Okay, I'm just not. I'm not dealing with it. It's too silly for me. And trolls want to be taken seriously, don't they? So bad. But they can't be taken seriously because they're not doing anything that is even remotely recognizable as being human. You know what I mean? So we have moved past that whole situation. No, me and my children are not going to roam the streets for the rest of our lives. No, I am not an irresponsible, bad parent. I did the best that I could in a town with no family, and no support system really, that whole time, with a landlord that was very neglectful, like I said. Okay, so that is not a story, that is a fact. That is a fact. Okay, hey Shamika, how are you? And so that's just it. Every other story being told is a lie. That landlord was wrong, and I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be the first adult to experience a crappy landlord. It's just kind of, it's not even anything that we need to, I don't know, anybody that's still talking about it either is psychotic or needs to go get a life. Okay, you're psychotic if you're still trying to argue with me about that, especially seeing the pictures of the mold, and just if you've been listening to me, you know. But I do realize that there are people out there that just hate my guts, and actually they hate themselves. I don't experience hate. The hate that they want to have for me, I don't experience it. I really don't. It's the silliest thing ever. It's not even a part of my reality. Okay. So we're moving forward. We are moving forward. That's it. When you have a bad experience, you're supposed to move forward. Hey, Stefan, you're supposed to move forward. You're not supposed to keep looking back. Looking back for what? When it's time for me to look back, I'll look back. Okay, right now it's not time for me to look back. And you really have to question yourself when you hate a woman so much that you want to see her and her children hurt. That's ridiculous. And I just All I gotta say is that Goddess loves me. That's all I gotta say about that. What else can I say? You know, God loves me. Whatever. You know, people can say, "Oh no, you're a witch and you're this and you're that." Like, is this 2024 or 24 BC? Like, what is this? Or 24 AC? It's ridiculous. So, we're moving forward. Yes, I can. Yes, I am doing readings. Doing some Bombay readings too. Oh, the clarity that I feel. Oh my God. Not to say that your reading when I was living in a house wasn't good, but it just, it's just the clarity, just the oh my God, the information. It's amazing. So, um oh, Stefan, you're so sweet. Love you too. Oh, yeah. So what I am looking to take on would be students as well as clients. Um, but I highly, highly encourage you guys to sign up for my shamanic witchcraft course. Even if you don't have shamanism in your bloodline, it's still good information to know. Okay. It's very good information to know. This is going to be my new shamanic saying. What's the point in grounding yourself when you're in someone else's reality? That's all I got to say about that. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Um, Lugnasada is coming up on August the 1st. Don't miss it. Don't miss that Sabbath. You can get into my Lugnasada circle, which we're doing a lot of deep healing and money work. Okay. Okay. So, y'all know where to reach me. The link to my website is in the video description box. Yes, that's why I'm on YouTube, is to advertise my services of witchcraft and spellcraft. That's why I'm here. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Okay. If you guys need any more information, you're welcome to schedule a reading. I always schedule a reading before you sign up for my classes. Um, I don't I don't give away a lot of the information until you actually sign up, because otherwise it would defeat the purpose. The classes are not just me doing a Zoom session with you. The classes are factually contact by spirits. So you're not only getting the lectures and the hands-on instruction, but spirit is also going to give you a lot. Okay, so classes is not just me telling you to do something. So a lot of you shamans need to learn shamanism. Okay, you need to learn that. And yes, you do have to be taught. Okay, and I'm not afraid to teach people. It's not going to make a difference with me either way. Okay, I am heavily loaded with protection constantly. Can't be protected from paparazzi, which that really irritates me, like, to no end. All right, y'all. My bad. Sorry about that. I remember exactly what I was getting ready to say. Um, it irritates me that I have celebrity problems and I'm not a damn celebrity, nor do I have the celebrity money. That really irritates me. I am not a celebrity, nor do I aspire to be one. I don't aspire to have my own TV show and none of that stuff. I'm just a witch that's that has social media. That's it. So all this paparazzi and checking documents and all of that. And what was really funny was, oh, it's an act of God that happened. This is what the trolls told me. The trolls told me that they contacted my landlord and lied to them, told them a bunch of lies to get them to turn against me. But yet, when the landlord, I guess, decided, oh, I'm gonna let my property run to shit, um, that was an act of God. No, that was you calling somebody. I just, guys, I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't deal with that kind of ignorance anymore. I really can't. And we're moving forward, okay? Seriously. And that's just it for me. I can't deal with it. And I don't like to keep talking about stuff over and over again and obsessing. I don't obsess about anything. When you obsess about something, that that's such a waste of time, a waste of a life to just sit and obsess about things all the time. So when it comes back up, whenever it comes back up, then I'll revisit the situation with the landlord. And sometimes you got to put things on the shelf and deal with what you got to deal with. Okay. And so it's ridiculous. The paparazzi of trolls, it's ridiculous. And by the way, they're very ungodly, and it's nothing Christian like about that. It really isn't. To me, it isn't. Uh, you know. So that's just what I wanted to say about that. We're moving forward, and you guys are more than welcome to get in contact with me. No, I am not cursed. Uh, we live in a world with a bunch of crazy people, but in the reality that I live in, those people don't have power. They don't. The landlord had power because the landlord owned the house that I lived in. I couldn't. Oh my God, y'all! I feel so much better. I had to get adjusted to having air conditioning. My AC actually kind of conked out at the end of the summer last year, um, and it feels good to be breathing clean air too, because that house had a lot of problems, a lot. And although I loved the spirit of that house, the land was just beautiful with all those witchy trees and pine trees and sweet gum tree and just it was a birch tree out there. It was beautiful. No matter what, it's still owned by the same people, and I feel so bad for that house. If I owned that house would. I wish I owned it. I do. I wish I owned that house because I would have bought it. I would have. It's a cherry blossom tree in the back. But y'all know I used to be in real estate, right? I used to be a licensed realtor, right? In Kansas and Missouri. And I have a passion for houses and things of that nature. I have a passion for that. And the owners of that house, they are all about the money, which is why they builded their wealth. And what they're going to do is they're going to shut down. Pretty much, they're going to bleed all their residents dry. They're going to make as much money and do as little as possible. And then they're going to walk away because they are only doing it just for the money. Which I think that when it comes to somebody's home, You can't, like, I don't know, like most of the people that I know that are involved in real estate, like I said, the type of landlords that I'm used to dealing with, or they feel passionate about providing a quality service and a quality home to people. And that's unfortunately not what I ran into. In fact, I see laws changing in the future. The owners of that house factually were based out of California. I didn't know that for 3 years. And no shade to California. I have clients in California. Okay. I do. And I love them. There's even like controversy around Californians leaving because there's people that leave California and go to more affordable places, but people in the communities that they move to, it's the controversy is the way they vote is different. So they change the dynamic. So, like as far as like with them being from California, they're on a money grab, and there was no way that rent. In fact, I think they just passed a new law, or I think Biden did it, which is like, why you didn't do that years ago? Like, what was you asleep or something, Biden? Damn. My landlord raised my rent. Well, that not my landlord. They're not my landlord, but they raised my rent. It was 13.75 and they raised it to 18.30. And there was no way, first of all, you still have major issues that you need to fix. Why are you raising my rent? So that's not even somebody that is even familiar with the real, like I'm sitting up here looking at the owner like, or is this how? Anyway, I'm not afraid to take on people with money. That doesn't scare me. Okay. Like, that's the stupidest business decision to make ever. So it just, I don't know. I do things with common sense. You know what I'm saying? So it was a messed up situation. I'm glad that we are out of it. You know what I mean? And that's just like when I help my clients. That's exactly the way I look at it. When I deal with y'all spiritual stuff, the best outcome is where you're okay, right? That's my passion. It is. That's my passion because I'm a healer and that's what I do. Especially when you got kids. I don't you know, I look at things that happen in this world and I'm disgusted by it mostly. Okay, I am. I just, and my spirits, they just don't believe in hurting no kids. You know what I'm saying? And they don't believe in hurting the mother either, because when you hurt the mother, you're hurting the children. So that part right there, if a mother puts herself in that situation, and I'm not talking about why that keeps happening. My theory on it is that I think that the the internet connection where I'm at. I think that it's fighting with my VPN because I do have a VPN. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna go before it cuts out again. I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Blessings. If you don't get in my La Nasada circle, then happy La Nasada to you guys. And I will see you guys later. Okay. All right. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.